My name is Heinz Araque, and this is my thesis presentation for Portfolio 3. First of all, I wanted to challenge myself in this class by doing something related to web development. So the first thing I thought of was to create a game on a browser, but then I thought to myself, it's better to just make something that I can present to my future clients. So I start by thinking I should know, or I should start learning how to use my basic tools. So I'm going to start with this thesis presentation by showing you which are my previous knowledge, my previous knowledge. So to begin with, in this course, I've learned so far how to use C# in an advanced level, followed with Windows Forms. Thanks to knowing C#, which is an object-oriented programming language, it's been easier for me to adapt to use JavaScript, which uses the same rules and formats, or similar rules and formats, and also how to do Windows Forms. Photoshop I learned how to use because I graduated from computer animation in the past, so even though they didn't teach me how to use Photoshop, I was obligated to learn it by myself on this side, so I can apply it to my models. But it's the same here in web development, because when you create a web page, you also need to create the design, and the best tools out there to make the design, the icons, and the pictures, and all that you need to use are Photoshop and Illustrator. And SQL databases, we learned how to use it here in Full Sail. That's one of my first classes. I took it almost 6 or 7 months ago, and I'm very proficient in it. So for my final project, I wanted to implement and learn how to use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Thanks to the professor, I learned that I should learn not any HTML, but the latest HTML, which is HTML5, and the latest CSS, which is CSS3. JavaScript, I wanted to implement it in my final project, but sadly, I wasn't skilled enough, and HTML and CSS were giving me enough trouble to think about it. Also, I didn't wanna chew more, bite more than I can chew. So for my final project, I created a mock-up, which is I was thinking about creating a web page that will hold small video tutorials that last less than a minute for gamers who are looking for small answers or walkthroughs. Because sometimes I'm a gamer myself, so sometimes when I'm playing video games, I'm just looking for a quick answer, and I found videos on YouTube that last 10 minutes just to say something small. So in this mockup, you can see that it's a very simple web page with a login and a sign in. This sign in and login is basically the same, but what I wanted to do is this one is to sign in, to register. This one, you see, it's the same text because I was gonna create the content afterwards, but it's about us, special abilities. What is our special ability to is to do videos that are 1 minute or less to explain something big, and so on and so on. So my major issue was to create this grid in the background, which I managed to do. So I'll show you guys that. But this is my thesis for my final project. Thank you very much.